Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. We are here in New York City in our hotel room trying to sign into YouTube so we can see what's happening and what's going on because we have no perception of what is happening tonight.
Hi, everybody. We're on the TV. Welcome to Shawn and Lacey Live.
Any guesses on who is on production tonight? I can't tell. I can't tell production team because we don't have YouTube up, so we can't see.
I'm getting YouTube, and then
Sean's slow today.
We'll be super awesome.
Well, tonight I think we're giving away money, but first, production team, show yourself.
What's up? How we doing?
We got Bobby on. What's
up?
How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. We're back. We had 2 days at home and then very quickly turned around and came right out to New York. So we are on our way. What you doing there, baby? Need some help?
My videos.
Yeah, you guys have been all over the place.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to swap because I'm going to help Sean here real quick.
Go ahead. Do your thing.
Okay. Usually I'm the one that sets everything up, so this is a learning lesson for us all. There we go.
There you go. I can see everybody.
Now everybody. Now we can see everybody.
Terry McCoskey, Georgia.
See everybody. Hashtag Robert from Nikki Cottis. There we go. Now I feel like we're engaging. Like we didn't know it was just like a dead airspace over
Bobby
here.
Bobby Delude, the podcast dude.
Running the live.
Running it. Hopefully this one will go a lot smoother than when Josh and I were doing it.
I feel like you got it down now. I feel like you have done enough of them with James that you can figure out exactly what needs to be done. That was smooth. Well, yeah. You did the countdown. I didn't actually get to see if the countdown worked the way that it's supposed to, but I'm trusting you.
Cool. Well, it's going to be smooth sailing.
How much money are we giving away tonight?
How much money are we giving away tonight, Bobby?
$500.
$500. That's
$500.
Great way to come off of Marketing Matters and get $500. I love it. Who's winning tonight?
Danielle says
I know.
Winning.
Somebody's got to win tonight. Dang. And if nobody wins, we'll be at $600, finally surpassing the digital canasta.
That's right. And then maybe at $600, we'll have what, more than like 4 people on?
That's right.
How many people are on today? 16 people. Right now, there are 16 people watching because it's only $500. Nobody cares. Tonight, we are talking about how to create an ecosystem for your business. James picked like Apple. It doesn't have to be like Apple. There's so many really great ecosystems in today's world. Tesla's a great ecosystem. Peloton is another great ecosystem that a lot of people like. You get trapped in that little world. Now Lululemon with, what is it, the Mirror? What's that thing called?
I think it's Mirror. Yeah.
Mirror. I mean, all those are great ecosystems. We're going to talk about that. We're going to give away $500. That means we're drawing 5 names. And tonight's episode is being sponsored by Riot Energy. Hey, if you're dragging a little bit, get you some USDA organic Riot Energy. You know, I love the pink one. I love the yellow one. I don't even know what those flavors are called. And I got to tell you what, if you put the kids away, you mix a little vodka in there and make yourself a Riot drink at nighttime, light it up. Thanks to the fine folks at Riot Energy for making it. What you got to do is you've got to get your Riot Energy with your Oceans vodka. Make sure you're mixing in organic vodka. You don't want to be throwing in all that 32 times distilled garbage. Get you some organic vodka, mix it in with your organic energy. Ooh, you'll thank us later. Hey, we also have just a few announcements. Go ahead and throw those up there.
What we got there, Bobby?
Bobby and I'll read them off to the people. I was telling Brian Hall that I am a man of the people, the people's champion. He is Vince McMahon, Brian Hall. I don't know if he's on with us, but I'm a man of the people. I think I want to tell you guys about sales, revenue, and profit. I'd love to tell you about that. You guys probably loving watching this Riot Energy screen.
Maybe we gotta get, if Bobby's gonna do a very smooth show at some point. But you know what? We just
he jinxed himself. Bobby was like, maybe it'll go smoother than when I was with Josh, and then he got us stuck on this screen.
He got stuck on Riot. I know. Riot usually is utilized to get you unstuck.
Wouldn't that be funny if the rest of the show just had to stay like this? And just like you get to watch this stuck screen and hear our voices.
You can hear us though, right, people? I can see you, friends in the live chat. Somebody tell me that you can still hear us.
Just saying Vince, Brian Hall, McMahon.
There you go.
Absolutely.
See?
People can hear us. People are still joining, watching the screen. Bobby,
well, you know what?
Where are you, Bobby? Bobby, what happened to Bobby? Bobby, move the screen, please. Please.
He's Bobby. You know what's happening? I can tell you.
James, text Bobby.
I can tell you what's happening frantically right now behind the Riot curtain is Bobby is. Hey, we got movement. Bobby is frantically texting James saying, "Hey, what do I do?" I'm sure he's all over it. So I'm just gonna. Yep, your mic is hot
live.
Too.
Your mic is hot. You're live. All right. What's going on, Bobby?
Well, let's just talk about sales revenue profit because I think that is. I mean, we're already at maybe at 100 people.
We're at least at 100. We left Miami, Florida at 70. I'm already at 100.
And this is one of those rooms, y'all. It does actually max out at 250, and that will be hard max. Like
listen,
there's no squeezing in afterwards. There's no calling Luke and saying, "Can you get me in?"
We know this for sure.
This actually, we have a very hard max.
Sometimes a room will hold a lot of people. You know, they have those. What are those doors called? The doors,
the accordion doors.
Yeah, that's not what they're called, but they have a name in the ballroom world.
It's fine. They're accordion doors. Yeah.
Sometimes we can open up more space. We can get more people in. Not this time. This time, hard stop at 250. We already are at 100 tickets sold, so there's about another 150. This one's going to be very different. You'll notice we've always had the something matters. Got right in front of the people that we're trying to emulate and or hate. Emulate and hate. We got in front of that. Sales, revenue, and profit. That's the next upcoming workshop live in Dallas, Texas. Go to blackdiamondclub.com. Click on that link up there above since you got to look at this Riot screen. And we will get you signed up for sales, revenue, and profit. We will be seeing you. All new format too, by the way.
Yeah, we're really excited actually about the format that we're going to be unleashing for this.
You've never seen anything like that. Oh, I think that we're supposed to tell you now about the experiential mastermind. We weren't done talking about sales, revenue, and profit.
But that's okay. We'll just move on.
I've always had this question though. So like if you're watching this on your phone and there's a QR code, how do you QR code the phone?
So now actually a lot of times you can press and hold on it. So I have gone to a couple of websites where I've pressed and held onto the QR code.
Try it, everybody.
And it captures it.
Try it. Everybody, press and hold the QR code if you're on your phone. Let's just see what happens. Well, you can do it right there. Press and hold now. Let's see what happens.
But this is an iPad. I don't know if it's updated like an iPhone.
Hey, we're talking about the Book Yourself.
There's our faces, y'all.
You haven't
seen our faces in a bit, so we decided to put up a still of ourselves.
Hey, that's us. But Book Yourself Solid 5-day challenge.
Oh, wait, go back.
Sales, revenue, and profit workshop coming up March 15th and 16th in Dallas, Texas. Hey, folks, let's go back in time for a second. The Experiential Mastermind. We are off next summer to Cabo San Lucas, the Dills and the Meltzers. We're going to be hitting up Clase Azul. We're going to be spending a day out there learning about how they make the tequila. They have an amazing experience, omakase experience. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be staying in amazing places, eating amazing food. We're in an amazing place, not places. We're not going to move. It's a full 3-day experience. Go to www.experientialmastermind.com. We're just firming up contracts. And as soon as the details are released, you could be the first. Space will always be hyper limited for these things.
And you know what? Cabo is the Dills and the Meltzers
one of our favorite places.
We go there often. So you definitely want to go when we're there because we know the great spots.
So we talked about the mastermind. Let's tell them about the challenge.
Let's go back to the challenge.
Book Yourself bookyourselfsolidchallenge.com. bookyourselfsolidchallenge.com. Right now, over 400 service providers have registered for the challenge. What are you waiting for?
This is a no-risk offer.
It's absolutely free.
There's no reason you should not do this.
How could you not do this?
Tell your friends.
bookyourselfsolidchallenge.com. Yeah, and tell your friends. Josh set a lofty goal of 500 registered.
Yeah,
he's done an amazing job. Our man Josh Matthews, the man behind all of the campaigns that we do. Looks like we're back in business.
Now we're back in business.
Josh Matthews has done an amazing job with this.
Put us back up, Bobby.
400 people registered. He's got, I don't care. 400 is pretty amazing too. He's got 100 to go though to meet his personal goal. So help him out. Share the link. Go onto your social media. First of all, you get registered. It's absolutely free. And then share the link, www.bookyourselfsolidchallenge.com. Me and Lacey for 5 straight days. Couple surprises coming out there. If you know anything about Lacey and I, while everybody's sleeping and they're trying to get caught up from 2022 and using our 2022 content, we're already revamping. And if you know anything about Lacey and I, we love to take the end of the year to we're going to be planning probably 2025 by the end of this year. We're already lapping the competition. Wait until you see this challenge, over 400 people, revamping the Book Yourself Solid network. We have a Book Yourself Solid mastermind coming in 2024. We have a Book Yourself Solid live event with amazing speakers coming in 2024. We have some big changes in leadership in Book Yourself Solid. We have some changes coming in Black Diamond Club certified coaching. We have changes coming in our workshop. Sales, revenue, and profit will be the first start of that. So many cool things. All of this to service you even more, even better, so that you can reach more people, make a bigger impact, and create the lifestyle.
We have a question. You do not have to be a BDC member in order to join the challenge. In fact, I would say that the majority of people that have joined the challenge, I have no idea who they are. I don't know the names. They don't sound familiar. So these are a lot of people that are probably coming from our Book Yourself Solid email lists. That is one reason why we tell you guys email lists are what you need to build in 2024. Like, your lists are gold, right?
And social media,
but we got to drive a lot of people. You've got to capture information.
But here's the thing too. Again, if you're on the Book Yourself Solid challenge, then you will see that we are not pulling your leg. There's a lot of it's like what's happened is the old days of the private jets and the Lamborghinis and the social media pictures in front of, all of the luxury goods. Now what is happening, same thing, but it's all like, oh, we're sold out. Oh, we're sold out. And then you get there and it sold out meant 30 people in a room. Oh, make sure this fake FOMO. Well, you're going to see, join the challenge. It's free. You'll see well over, by the time we get done, the challenge isn't until next Monday. So by the time we get done, you'll see hundreds of people on this challenge. And that should then that should give you pause. You should say, listen, again, you'll see in March when you come to Dallas, there's only 250 seats in the room. There will be over 500 people on the challenge. Of course, we're going to sell sales, revenue, and profit tickets to the over 500 people. We're giving you a head start. Why wait until they're like, holy smokes, this is good stuff.
Right.
And then they get signed up, because again, legit, go in, count the seats. I'm telling you how many seats there will be in that room. And it's not like, oh, we're sold out. There will be 30 seats. There will be 250 seats in the room. And there will probably be 250 seats. Sorry, 250 seats in the room. There'll probably be 255 people in the room, because we don't need seats at the front. Team, I don't know, maybe they might not have actual seats either.
Yeah.
But we'll probably get 260 people, but only 250 of you. It's going to be us plus our team plus our guests, et cetera, et cetera. So make sure that you get locked in on that. I think we covered everything.
I think that's it, right, Bobby? We got it all?
Covered it all.
I'm scared to go back to
revenue,
profit anyway.
Experiential mastermind,
the challenge.
Make sure that just make a list, check them off, make sure that you've done all of those things.
All right.
What are we doing in New York? You know what we had today? Ruby Rosa pizza. I don't know. Ruby Rosa or Joe's.
Joe. I think I like Joe.
This is the second year in a row that we've come to New York.
Yeah.
At this time of year.
And you have to get two things when you come to New York, right? You have to get pizza
tonight,
and then you have to get bagels
tomorrow.
This is you got to
eat great food.
Well, yeah.
And you got to visit Madison Square Garden.
They say it's about the water.
I don't know.
That's what they say. The water is what makes the pizza so good. That's why it can't be replicated. Mm. That's why. All right. So we're here. We're in New York, SNL Live, and we're talking about ecosystems.
Let's go. This is super important. And I think that one of the things for our audience, for those of you that watch, this is a super important conversation. This ties in very closely to offers. Like we talk about having, your scale of offers. And this is one that, quite frankly, a lot of people just want to skip. Our successful clients, they want to skip it because they're like, I don't need the other offers. Like I'm already successful right where I'm at. I'm making millions of dollars. Why have more offers? Well, by not having offers, you're leaving an awful lot of money on the table. Are not successful. And I don't mean they're not successful. They're trying and they're not successful, but they're starting out. Our clients who are not yet to that level, they don't want to talk about an ecosystem or having a lot of offers either because they're like, look, let me just focus on the one thing that I do.
Right.
I got to tell you, you're super pigeonholing yourself. I mean, I can't think of very many from Ruby Rosa and Joe's. They don't just have one pizza. There are a few exceptions. So everybody's always quick to post in the chat, what about this place? Yeah, there are a few exceptions. But most places have offerings. Even we talked earlier about Peloton, where they had the initial offering with the bike and then the subscription.
And then you could do the package deal where you get the shoes and you get the weights and you get the subscription for a year.
But now they have different levels of bikes.
Yep.
So they have like the downgraded bike and then the Mac Daddy bike and then they added the rowers and the treadmill and
they have all sorts.
So
of
that
stuff.
What they want to do is trap you in that world, and whether you want to play at a low level or you want shoes, you want shirts, you just want the gear, but you don't want the equipment. They're getting you into that ecosystem. Now the title was Like Apple. And I love that example, but we got to go back in time when people when people used an iPod. You remember that thing, the iPod?
Yes, I do.
That was actually the thing that brought Apple back.
In fact,
back to life.
Well, really interesting when we were when we moved into the new house and we were reorganizing, and I had the team helping me reorganize the office. We found all of our old Apple products, and I, and we had a ton of those iPods. And then we had something that none of the team had ever seen. It was like a little teeny tiny, it almost looked like a drive. Do you remember that? And it was called a shuffle, an iPod shuffle. And it was the tiniest little thing.
Didn't have a screen, just had a button.
And it just had a button. So even in Apple's early days, they still had a ton of offerings.
Yeah, so you had the iPod Shuffle, which was small and didn't have the screen. You had the iPod.
Yeah.
Then you had the iPhone. Then you had
the iPad. You had the iMac. Yes.
The MacBook. Right. So then, and all of those things. Here's what I love. Right. So it doesn't matter to them. The AirPods, the Beats now.
And then the chargers. I mean, they did it all.
It doesn't matter to Apple where you come into the ecosystem. Right. So if you're like, oh, I can't afford very much, I'm just going to buy an iPod Shuffle. So you have the Shuffle, but then how are you going to get the music on the Shuffle, right? So then they're like, right, so you probably need at least a entry-level computer. And again, MacBook, and then you had the Air, right? MacBook Air. And so then they offer all of these various offerings from low barrier, mid barrier, and then ultimately the high barrier to entry, the actual iMac, the desktop, and then they even have professional versions of that, all the way up. And so again, you have to say to yourself, this is interesting because once somebody comes in, boom, it traps them. We were talking today, actually brainstorming about Well Infused and the ecosystem and how you can trap people. And I mean that in a very positive way inside of an ecosystem. And again, even for us in that business of Well Infused, easy for us to look at a series of offerings and be like, wow, we're really killing it, but really not develop the ecosystem. So again, we understand for you, the challenges that might arise in trying to come up with your ecosystem. So the ecosystem to me involves basically two schools of thought. The first school of thought is offers, which we talked about. No barrier, low barrier, mid barrier, and high barrier to entry. And the second pillar, or the second school of thought, is going to have to do with verticals.
Yeah.
So you brought up chargers, cases, printers. These are all things that if you go into the Apple store today, you're going to see
They're
all of the
add-ons,
peripherals,
the
right?
peripherals.
So in your world, it is so easy to get super pigeonholed into thinking only in this one area.
Mm-hmm.
And here is where, for a lot of our clients, that it gets kind of confusing, because they're like, right, but I don't want to end up, a lot of our clients are in healthcare, and they're like, yeah, but I don't want to end up selling. I don't want to end up turning my brick and mortar into like a GNC. I don't want all.
Right.
I don't want to have
I don't want to
every.
confuse the public on what my offer is. A lot of people say that too.
But here's the thing, like with Apple, they're not in the business of selling cases.
Right.
A lot of people are in the business of selling cases, but Apple realizes that the case is an interesting part of the ecosystem. Whether they choose to sell the case in the store or not, in fact, we would understand that the majority of the cases are not sold in the store. But Apple is saying, listen, let's get our little piece of this pie. Drones, all kinds of stuff that you can buy inside of the Apple store without them making it, without them confusing you. I don't think that Apple sold the DJI drone. In fact, the DJI drone says DJI on it. And a lot of people, I think that's, for me, the last time I was in an Apple store, and it's honestly been probably over a year, but that for me was pretty striking. A DJI drone in an Apple store. I wouldn't have thought that's where I would buy that.
Apple's really good at figuring out, like, who should I partner with? Who are our collaborative partners? Where else are our customers spending their money, which is what we talk to you guys about all the time. You should be identifying where else your customers are deciding to spend their dollar and figure out how you can partner with them. And really interesting, I was just thinking when you were talking about that, do you remember when they partnered with, was it?
Oh, no, they bought Beats.
Well, it was Beats headphones. They bought them, but now they created their own.
Well, that's also another way that you can, and I've had lots of conversations. Our great friend, we're going to see him tomorrow, Mark Murphy, is talking about how in this period of time, and has been working with a lot of our clients. And I think this is absolutely genius. I've been super fortunate to sit in, and maybe if James is hearing this, this could be a potential, not next week, James, but a potential live mergers and acquisitions conversations, right? This is a time, especially with the economy, when our highest performing clients are really getting into the game of mergers and acquisitions. But when we talk about mergers and acquisitions, what oftentimes people think is like, yeah, I'm going to buy another company that's identical to mine. Maybe this other company is struggling, but because I'm not struggling, I'm going to bring it up. But what you are also talking about is buying your competition.
Yeah.
So Apple is like, look, we're competing with Beats. It doesn't matter how you cut it.
Right.
We're competing with Beats. Let's go ahead and acquire the company, right? So that's an acquisition. Let's leave it how it is. We're not going to destroy it, turn it into Apple, and we're still going to make our Apple stuff too.
Right.
But
and now we're just capitalizing and, like, what's the word?
R&D,
monopolizing the market.
But also we're able to combine R&D efforts, marketing efforts. I could own the shop down the street that actually is my competitor, but I could be running the marketing jointly through my in-house marketing for that office or for that business and this business, while we are technically competing with each other.
Yeah.
Now, here's the trick. You're really not competing if you don't compete for the same ideal client. So if I offer, and we talk a lot about this is why a lot of these networking groups are bunk, is because networking groups only work if we service the same ideal client. Now, if we do service the same ideal client, and you're, say, a hairstylist and I am, I don't know, a carpet cleaner, but we service the same ideal client, technically we compete against each other. Right. But if you're a hairstylist and I'm a hairstylist, and you service one demographic and I service another demographic, technically we do not compete against each other.
Right.
Why would you, watching this, not want to own both shops? And that's what we're really helping our high-end clients, especially our executive partners, lots of conversations with our executive partners, jump into the mergers and acquisition space early.
Yes.
early, right? So you're not going to wait until the market hits rock bottom. We start to get in because it is a process. One, to find the ideal candidate. Two, to actually go through the acquisition. Three, to do the transition. And four, to spin it up to where we're profitable. If we could manage to do this 2 or 3 times during an economic downturn, during a recession, when we come out on the other side, and then if you are able to acquire and then maybe 2x, 3x, 4x, or 5x the acquired entity's revenue, we come out on the other side, we're going to be holding a roster of executive partner clients that are going to be doing multiples of millions of dollars. Now, if you want to learn how to do that, reach out to Jane at blackdiamondclub.com, and have a conversation about working with Lacey and I as an executive partner. We'll hold your hand every step of the way, especially if you have a successful model. So we may have to help you to acquire or build the successful model. But if you have the successful model, it's very easy to go out and find struggling. And they're struggling not because of any reason other than the economy. They didn't listen. They didn't make the right choices. They didn't zig when they should have zagged. We can acquire for pennies on the dollar. We can rebuild, build up. And, the last thing that I love about this, the business owner who's in this, because of the business that we are in, service providers, we're able to actually save this person's business and maintain them in the entity, give them a job. They're no longer the owner, but give them an income.
And what about for our listeners right now, some of them that may not be in that position? What should they be doing to build their ecosystems besides creating offers?
Well, like you said, we need to ask our existing ideal clients. So don't ask the bobo heads. I want to ask the ideal clients, or even observe. I can just observe.
Where are you spending your money?
Where else are they spending their money, right? So, and this is a great time to notice that, listen, my clients all go to this certain hair salon. My clients all eat at Ruby Rosa. My clients always come walking in with Riot energy drink. You actually had a very interesting brand revelation about one of the businesses we're in that shares an ideal client with Cram.
Yeah.
Right. And so you start to look at what else they do that creates interesting partnerships. A lot of people wonder, well, why are you involved with Cram Nutrition? Well, listen, all of the businesses that we are involved in, from the Specific Chiropractic Center to Well Infused to Black Diamond Club to Everbowl, that ideal client across the board all loves Cram.
Yep, they all love Cram.
They all love
Everbowl. They all love Riot. They all love those things.
That's our ecosystem, and you notice that as you engage with us further.
Yeah. So the ecosystem is not just within your business. And I think that's where a lot of people get hung up. That's why I asked you, well, what should they do? The ecosystem can be multiple businesses, right?
Look outside.
When we talk about peripherals, think of peripheral businesses that you can partner with. So don't think that you have to create an entire ecosystem in the walls of your business. Look to others to create a solid ecosystem and really create community and collaboration so that you can be as strong as Apple.
Over coffee.
All right, Bobby.
Should we draw some names?
I think we should draw some names. Let's see how this goes. All
right, we're doing 5 names.
All right.
Are
you feeling good, or are you just going to get all glitched up and botched up here?
I feel confident. Let's go.
You got to give people, watch what happens to the viewership numbers as everybody starts hitting the phones and they're like, all right, they're over the boring stuff. Hang on.
Don't forget to get the timer.
Oh, Dave Pascal.
Timer,
boom.
Go,
hit that timer.
Go.
Bobby's on
is
speed
not
today.
Oh my God.
What is happening?
Listen.
Dave Pascal's usually on.
And Dave Pascal probably got 10 seconds extra because that timer took a hot second to get going. So I'm gonna, you know what? I feel oh man, he was here for sure. I know, of course, he was right. Oh my goodness. He missed it. Dave missed it. He missed the $5.
Oh no, he's not.
Oh no.
So he was real. Everybody.
He was on, wasn't he?
Everybody's saying that he was on.
They saw it.
Oh,
he was
no.
there. You know what? That means somebody else tonight really deserved to win the money.
Name number 1, Dave Pascal.
Dave Pascal.
Bobby, get your groove on. No, let's get the digital canasta up.
And get the timer.
Get the timer. We even gave Dave
extra time, and he he didn't come
I
back.
know. I definitely need to do better.
You ready? Are you ready?
Do better, Bobby.
Take a deep breath, Bobby. It's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of people watching.
It's okay. You
That's
got
all
this.
right.
Are we doing again? Another one?
Yeah, number 2.
We got 5 names to draw. We believe in you. You got this. Get ready. Okay, you're going to hit that, and you're going to get ready for that timer to go, boop.
Here we go.
Here we go. I see lots of names I know. Matt
Matt
oh my God.
Griswold.
We know Nikki's on. We know Nikki. Nikki.
So many times.
She's going to message him because she always.
Nikki, do not.
Nikki. Hazel, you tell Nikki no.
Do not. You have to win fair and square. You can't cheat win. Either you are on or you are not on. If you're not on, you lose. If you're not on,
hell no, he didn't go.
You lose.
I love it. We do love Matt, though. Matt and Nikki do a great job with their content.
End of year planning session on Zoom. You got to check that out for Black Diamond Club members. Jump into the Black Diamond Club Facebook group. Make sure you check out and register. You have to register so that you can get the links and be a part of their year-end planning session. Matt and Nikki drop great content, all kinds of great stuff.
And you know what, though, Matt, if Matt's name deserved to be called because he paid it forward this week and he gave somebody in BDC a free coaching session just to help them out. So, you know, I kind of wish he was here because that's the universe paying you back. But Nikki says every man for himself when it comes to the money.
That's right, because if she gave it to him, then watch, she still has 3 more chances for her name to be called. Right. She was looking out for herself.
Yeah.
Smart. Usually, too, all of these.
He's got a bunch of children. Feel bad for him. Oh my God.
He does have a bunch of kids.
You guys.
He might have more kids than Brian Hall. Actually, no. I think Brian Hall's got like 2 or 3 more kids than Matt.
I love it. All
chicken
right.
fried rice, Matt. All right. He could have bought a lot of chicken fried rice. You should tell him he lost, though. Yes. Everybody text Matt. Just say you lost.
I love that, though, because we always talk about evidence that the universe is, you know, paying you back. Remember, you don't reap where you sow, you reap what you sow. And Matt could have reaped what he sowed this week. He just probably taking care of the kids.
Yeah, you got a lot of kids. Him and Brian, they could field a professional football team easily.
Brian's on. All right, Bobby, let's grab our next name.
Name number 3. Here we go. You know what? We've had 2 names that everybody recognizes.
Yeah.
I see everybody's name in there too.
We need a rando name.
Rich Whitman.
Rich is on a lot too.
Rich Whitman.
This is the night of payback.
Probably stacked this or something. Did they pre-select the name?
Yeah.
Rich Whitman.
Britt and Mila are on too. Hey guys. I know.
Kids version.
There's kids that show up and listen to us on the live.
Did Rich show up?
Great coffee though. He has a great coffee company.
Yeah, Rich is usually on.
Caffeinated Lacey is a way better Lacey.
One of those days where it's like, man, all these people who are usually here, maybe that's what Bobby did. He was like, ooh, he sees you leave, calls your name.
I think Bobby's named himself because he's got it
going on. This is running smooth.
We're back on track. We're not messing up anymore.
Just as a reminder, I was just thinking about part of the ecosystem talks because we have 2 more names to call. But one of the things I was thinking about is also things that you offer from gifting brings people in the ecosystem. We talked about that. Mm-hmm. How can you gift your ideal client something that they love so much that they carry around, that they want more of? For some reason, all y'all BDC people want stickers. So we actually are in the process of getting you all
more stickers.
Getting more stickers.
BDC peeps love their stickers. I wonder if BYS peeps love
stickers. But
BYS peeps are like, we're way more mature than that. We don't want no stickers. Where are you going?
I was going to show, this is one of the gifts that we gave away that everybody carries around. That creates an ecosystem. Sometimes it's not even stuff you sell. Sometimes it's stuff you give away. I know people like Rhonda and I were just talking about how great this gift is. So yeah, I just think that you should also think about in your ecosystem, what can you give away to keep people sucked in?
When we just came back from marketing, that's also a part of your ecosystem. You are right now inside of the Shawn and Lacey ecosystem here on YouTube.
Yes.
You can also watch
it can
on
also be social
Instagram
media
on
ecosystem.
Tuesdays when I go live with Brian Hall. On Wednesdays, we go live with Major Ed. You can catch us with David Meltzer on Office Hours, on 2 Minute Drill. You can catch us on all of your favorite podcasting platforms with the None of Your Business podcast. All of that part of the ecosystem.
We should, everybody's asking what this is. And if at some point, maybe we can put together like past gifts of
like
BDC.
A makeup bag.
It's not a makeup bag. People use it for all sorts of things, but really what it's designed for is to organize your cords. It's a travel cord case organizer. Mm-hmm. So we put all of our stuff in here, our phone cords, our earphones, all of our charging blocks, my Apple Pen, like everything goes in here, and it keeps everything super organized, and it's BDC. So this is great because anybody that is a business owner uses it, and every time they pull it out, it's branded. So again, pulls people in the ecosystem. If you get your gifts right, if you get your swag right, you super win with your ideal client.
Which is why you should get registered for sales, revenue, and profit. You never know what we're going to be giving away at our events. Our events are super fun.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody.
All right, we got 2 names left. Look at everybody uses that. 2 names left. Ready? Bobby, ready? Go. I saw Terry McCoskey on there.
Adam Mead, you are the winner. Winner. $500 coming at you, Adam. All you got to do is announce yourself here in the chat. Although the clock seems to be stopped.
Adam. Adam.
Yes.
Oh,
Huge.
Wow, it was going. Bobby, what happened?
I feel like he didn't give me coffee. What does that mean?
A mead is a great drink. I don't know what a mead is. I feel like it's going to be like a bourbon or a.
No, it's that Renaissance fair drink.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you love the Renaissance fair. Every year you and your mom and Aunt Patty go to the Renaissance fair.
It was called the Dickinson's Christmas Fair. It wasn't the Renaissance fair.
The Dickinson's Fair. That's where you drink the mead.
All right. One more name. Well, we've got one more name. And hey, you know what? If you're lucky, you're going to get 1.5 minutes, according to Bobby. So maybe your name will be called. Let's go with our last name on the digital connection.
Jimmy Rogers.
Rogers.
Coming in to play running back for the Green Bay Packers. Jimmy Rogers. Jimmy Rogers coming off of a season high 214 yards rushing against the Jets.
You finished that tonight, so I got to watch that. You should.
Jimmy Rogers, show yourself there in the chat. $500 coming your way. Oh,
wow.
That's
up to $600. We have. That's what I was saying earlier. We haven't hit the $600 mark since we've had the digital canasta.
Yeah,
right?
The first time for the digital canasta to hit 600. The dang paper old school canasta got up over 1,000 before.
It did. It got over 1,000.
So we're at $600 next week with the digital canasta rolling. Oh boy. We might actually hit 22 viewers next week if we are lucky with $600 on the line. Hey, don't tell your friends.
I feel like we should do what should we do next week? I want to have somebody pick a topic. I feel like somebody that comes on here every week should pick our next topic.
Like who? Like
I don't know.
Erin O'Connor. Ooh. She's on every week.
She's on and Nikki's on every week.
Nikki's on every
Julie's
week.
on every week.
In that case, we should let Hazel.
And Julie are on every week.
Let's let Hazel pick.
It's gonna be like around ice cream.
Nikki asked Hazel what the topic should be.
Yep.
And we'll go with that. We do have to create.
And we're at our
500th podcast. Yes, that drops on Monday, the 500th podcast. Do not miss that. You got to be in Black Diamond Club to pick that up. www.blackdiamondclub.com. If you're not ready for, that level of scale, we've got Book Yourself Solid, www.bookyourselfsolid.com. Get in where you fit in. Make sure you get into the Book Yourself Solid Challenge too. bookyourselfsolidchallenge.com. 400 people and climbing every day, getting into that. Hey, everybody, make sure that you buy the UFC 295 pay-per-view as well. We are
Hopefully
in town.
We're going to be on the TV.
We're going to try and get on the TV.
Yes.
Tomorrow night, we're heading out, having a great business development dinner with Mark Murphy and friends. Friday night, gathering up with Michael and Bree Chandler. Can't wait to see them. Saturday, UFC 295. The Dills and the Chandlers going to be rocking at Madison Square Garden. If the cameras can catch Michael, you might get just a little bit
glimpse
of Lacey's shoulder, maybe.
Yeah. But please take the time as we're going into 2024 to figure out how you can get your ecosystem on lock, get your offers on lock, get your gifts on lock, get your collaborations on lock. Tonight
to keep your clients on lock.
To keep your clients
Don't let them be bouncing out there and getting their stuff from
somewhere else.
You got to make sure you keep them in the ecosystem that is actually serving them better. It's
is.
Serving you better. It's keeping everything in-house.
Community better.
It's making it easy for your clients. They don't have to drive all the way across town to get their dim, whatever the heck that is. But somebody came in and wanted some dim. Not dim sum.
Supplement.
Not dim sum. They wanted dim.
We should get dim sum while we're here.
No, not
all right.
I don't speak Chinese.
No, you don't. And you don't speak Japanese, but it's okay.
Okay, everybody. We're going to go off the TV.
Irashaimase.
Irashaimase.
Have a good night, everybody.